Welcome back. A while ago, in fact a long while ago, I bought a used Proxxon mill drill combo. Card here, link in the description. And meanwhile I did overhaul the KT150 compound table that belongs to that combo. Another card here, link in the description, as well as the BFW 40/E spindle of that combo. Another card here and another link in the description. I even teared down the electronics and reverse engineered them. Yeah, last card here and link in the description. However, I never came around to overhaul the BFB 2000 drill mill stand itself. And it definitely needs some love. I mean, besides being dirty, the ways, yeah, can you see that? Yeah, it's wobbling around, needs some adjusting. The internals are also full of grime. And the table itself is in actually quite good condition. Maybe just a little bit of cleaning. Anyway, let me take that thing apart and make it nice and shiny again. Enjoy! Step one is, of course, getting the whole head assembly off, which should be a great problem. If we just loosen these bolts here and then here it is. Okay, now let's get to work in a serious manner. There are two 4mm hex bolts here at the sides that you also use to adjust the angle of the dangle. And I think if we get them out, we can most easily remove the part that holds the whole thing onto the column. Okay, that was quite easy. However, was not quite what I intended because let me zoom in there. The bolts here are just loose in here. And now I have, of course, a problem reattaching the whole stuff. But I guess that whole assembly here comes somehow off that aluminium back. At least I hope so. While we're here at the back, there is a depth limiter here. And there's also a bolt that will come loose. Maybe too early. We need first to get that whole thing out. So these are the nuts, 7mm metric, and the grub screws are 2mm hex. And then we can slide out that part of the way, and it's definitely getting dirty. Yeah, there's also some metal debris on here. Yeah, not very nice. I still can't lift that out completely. This is coming out now. have to think about this. Okay, so I got it apart, but I put it together again so I can show you how to take it apart. So yeah, just for convenience reasons, we take off the lever, so at least one of the balls should screw off. The other ball probably also screws off, but that's not necessary. So we can really put that flat down. And then the important trick here is to have that screw completely out. And then if you lift up the whole assembly very carefully, it can just slide above the stop and the gear. So no problem at all here. Let's have a closer look at how these mechanics here really work, huh? So I'm sorry, but that part is very shiny and that part is very dull. I can't do anything about the lighting. So anyway, here we have the half nut that basically locks here if you use a little lever at the back to push it out. That locks into the thread here for the set axis. And then we have the gear that interacts here, obviously, with these teeth. And then we have here the end, not the end stop, how do you call it? The top stop that interacts with that edge here and prevents the thing from sliding out at the top. It also prevents, of course, interacting with that edge here to go it out at the bottom. But for that purpose, you also have, that's the wrong way on. You also have this bar here. So basically, it's that bar here that you can adjust through that hole and that bolt and nut in height. Okay, let's take this thing apart now. So obviously you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Phillips screws or bolts, and this is a Phillips PH size 2 screwdriver. There shouldn't be any spring pressure here inside because the spring is inside that housing, and yeah, I hope so. So wish me luck if something should go wrong. Oh, Jesus. Let's try the next one. We definitely don't want you to take that apart ever again. Oh, yeah. That one went well. Maybe this one is also easy. No. Okay. I'm sorry to say that, but these screws are not designed to be ever taken out again. Which is a problem because of the nuts in here. So I will have to take them out. Oh, shit. Okay, that's easy too. Nope. Okay. I have to think again. Sorry. Yeah, I had to take the camera a little bit out of the way so I can really put some force, some weight. No, I'm just stripping these screws the way it is. Maybe that one at least. No, just stripping it. Okay, more thinking. Okay, there's no way you can get these screws out here without, destroying them. I tried tapping and everything. I didn't try heat treatment because, too much plastic around here everywhere. So we will leave it at that and we'll attempt a very interesting reassembly here with the loose nuts inside. This should prove to be a real challenge, I guess. Yeah. But at least we can try to get here the Z-axis screw out. Hopefully. That's a 1mm metric Allen key. And that's too small? Too large? Feels too large. So, and that was also 2.5 millimeters. Oh yeah, that's the right size. Let's see if that is moving. Yeah, that's moving easily. Okay, that was number one. And now how do we get this out? Again, I have to think. And again, I have been thwarted. I have absolutely no idea how this is assembled. I guess that sleeve is pressed on after the fact. I could be wrong, but I don't see any pins. There's nothing moving here if you try to turn it. And we'll have to live with that. And just start with our cleaning process. So I have here a little warm water with window cleaning detergent because that's good against fat and also oils, and it contains at least some denatured alcohol. And the goal here is, of course, to get all that metal debris out. Now this is all aluminum, so I have absolutely no qualms exposing that to water. It's a little bit different here with the screw. That's metal, some hardened steel. I hope hardened steel, I don't know. So that might in fact rust a little if we are not careful. But we will be careful. Okay, I go to a sink and just rinse that with clear water to get any remaining metal stuff out of there. Okay, next little metal part. That needs a lot of denatured alcohol. But yeah, the metal debris is off. Anything else where there's metal debris? Oh, yeah. This screw is rusted away anyway. So might as well clean it in water and let it rust a little bit more. And now for the complicated part, because I don't want to get any water here into the spring housing. So I have to be a little bit careful here. One more part that has accrued a lot of debris for some reason or another. The next and last level of cleanliness should be achieved by using pure denatured alcohol. That should get all the remaining lubricants and fat and stuff off the thing. Okay, done. Then we have, of course, the movable part of the adjustable part of the vase. That's usually quite dirty, as you could have seen if you watched the KT150 compound table video. So yeah, there's really stuff coming off here. And please remember, there are some edges here on these parts from Proxxon that are extremely sharp. So not so much here on that one. That seems to be okay, but I cut my fingers at these adjustable parts, way parts on my KT150. And done. Okay, this thing here is rusted together and real rusted together, and this will need some special treatment, I guess. Oh, let's continue with the remaining parts here. So yeah, the handle of the x-axis, z-axis. Nothing special about it. A little washer. I already forgot where that goes. Yeah, we'll find out. The depth indicator and the washer of the depth indicator. And I think that piece goes on here. Yeah. Can clean that too. And then we're on with the next big part. That's my last roll of Kleenex. So okay, done. That leaves us with just a bunch of small stuff. So the depth stop here, the handle for fixing the depth stop, z-axis stop. These the two special nuts for the angle adjustment of the head, which I have no idea how I will get them back in. But anyway, let's clean them. They're not very dirty because they're very protected at their position, and of course they are not lubricated. And these two thingies, I guess they had, these were the nuts for adjusting the weight. And that little thing which has a little rust on it, just a wee bit. Nothing serious, so I will just accept it. And then we have these metal set screws and that one here, which are all a little bit, let's start with the small stuff. Rusty, so I just give it a little bit WD-40. And we let that soak overnight. Okay, that soaked overnight, so let's try to get the oil off and see if we got some success. Ah, look at that. It's moving. Still doesn't look nice, but at least it's moving again. That one not so much. At this point, and we had success with that one, I'm willing to apply brute force. No, that's rusted in. That is moving. No, that's rusted in for good, but anyway, we had some success and just getting off a little bit more rust here. Okay, next, let's clean that with alcohol too. I mean, at least two are, well, they don't look nice, but they are working again, and this one is really set in here. You would probably need another kind of treatment, maybe some heat treatment, but then the plastic caps at the end would probably melt off, or maybe some acid could be used to remove the rust completely. But for now, it's okay. So we're back at the alcohol treatment. Yeah, the threads are the most important part here. The rest is, well, cosmetic. Okay, let's get that thing back together again. Step one, which I never wanted to do, is to get the nuts in the right orientation back in here. And this will be some fiddling. And then grab them with the bolts and then pull them up and then super glue them in place. So we can actually put on the main piece, which I cleaned off the camera. It's just a huge chunk of aluminum, so okay, that was quite successful. Let's see if we can do the same thing on the other side. Yep. Okay. Let's try the gravity approach. And yeah, filming that will be a little bit awkward. Okay. So the nuts are pulled down by gravity in a natural way, so I can remove my screws. Okay, there's a right side, there's a right way to put it on, and there's a wrong way to put it on. This is the right way to put it on, so 0 is obviously up, and the more squarish part here is down. So I'm just looking where my other screw is, and nut is, and I'm aligning that also, at least roughly, to the right place. Then we put that on. I put it here on the edge so I can access it from the bottom. Huh! Would you believe it? I grabbed the nut. Okay, now the other side and the other nut. And I gripped the nut. I got lucky. Don't believe it. Whoo! Okay, there is a scale here for aligning the angle. we want to get at 0 degrees, which is here, but yeah, for precision work you will have to employ other measures. Okay, that should be enough for now. Next is reassembling this monstrosity here. First we put in the depth stop again. That was that little nut here with the square end, so it won't rotate. A little washer. Okay, and done. Next, just so we don't forget it, is the depth indicator. Now, Proxxon states not to grease the ways, but to oil them. But nevertheless, I will grease the teeth here. Yeah, maybe I'm packing in a little bit too much here, but that's okay. And I will definitely grease the screw. Okay. And now we can oil the ways. And then we should be able to shove the whole thing without any problems back in again. Yep, and I'm actually too far. I'm just going beyond the depth stop. You remember that thing that was out there? Now it gets a little bit tricky. Yeah, the adjustable bar here of the way, still have oily fingers, that's okay. There's a right way and a wrong way to put it around. Oh, of course, the rounded side here goes to the way, and here our adjustment screws, the stop screw comes in. But more importantly, the holes are not quite symmetric here on the middle line. So yeah, you can put it in the wrong way, and I marked the right way with red. So now we have to wiggle a little bit with the spring. So I want to have this a little bit of pre-spring pressure at the up position. And then we slide that back in. This should already be okay. And now we insert the screws for the adjustable part of the way. Set screw number 1. Just hand tight until I feel that the bar is no longer really moving. Then it's centered. And set screw number 2. Just hand tight. We will have to adjust it later on anyway. And so that I don't lose them, I put the nuts on too. And of course, the stop. Okay, almost done. Now the handle for the Z-axis. Perfect. Then the spanner here for the spindle itself. This thing here, just if there are any questions. The other two, look a little bit differently. So this has, is kind of shorter, the cylindrical part. So first the washer, then this thing here, and then it should go in without any problems. Okay, now it's time to put everything back onto the column. But before we do that, I have to mention a little problem with the column. And yes, I cleaned the table. I went with a stone over it, and I also cleaned the column with some alcohol. But yeah, the column is not completely perpendicular to the table. That's a wee bit of a bummer. It's only a minuscule, but it's there. Yeah, we will address that problem at a later stage, I guess. Okay, putting the head back onto the column. Let it slide down almost completely. And then I fix it. Can you see that? Is that still in the picture? Not really. And now we try the same thing again. The idea here is that while the column is not completely at a 90-degree angle to the table, maybe the whole assembly is, but alas, yeah, that's a few tenths of a degree, I guess, but it's there. Oh, let me think about that. It's a bit dark, I know, but at the bottom of the column there are two set screws that hold the column in place. And now we should be able to wiggle it out. Oh, this is a super tight fit. Well, no indication here. So, yeah, okay, these are the marks from the set screws. I cleaned that off camera, and yeah, also the hole. And then we try to reinsert the column and wiggle it a little bit around and see if we can minimize that offset here in the 90-degree angle. I've cleaned everything also on the inside. Now let's reinsert the column. There's not much play there. Okay, so yeah, shimming is out of the question. I'm inserting it a little bit further than it was. That should be okay. And then we try again. I haven't tightened the set screws yet, and it's a little bit weird here working around the camera, but it's still wiggling. Now I turn it 90 degrees and it's still wiggling. Turn it again 90 degrees and it's still wiggling. And there's absolutely nothing we can do here in regards to shimming. There's simply not enough space, and I certainly don't try to file here some stuff down. I'm out of the picture, I know. Just adjusting the height again. Okay, let's just fasten the top set screw. That should press us a little bit in that direction. Not much, but a little. And this is almost perfect. No more wiggling. Haha. Okay, and the bottom set screw will only be fastened a little, not too much. Yeah. And yeah, that's sitting in here. That's not moving. Yeah, if the column is not straight, every tool you move down into your workpiece is also not coming down straight, but at an angle, and that's not good. I put the head assembly back on so we can do also this test here. No wiggle room. Much better, much better. Okay, last thing to do is to adjust the ways. And I prefer that with the head assembly inside, attached to the column, so you have a little bit of purchase here. So you can see if something is still moving, and something is moving. So the idea is, yeah, you can move that up and down without too much resistance, but there should be no wiggling. And obviously there is still wiggling. We give that here quarter turn, still moving nicely, almost no wiggling. Quarter turn here, and maybe also a quarter turn on the top. Okay, absolutely no wiggling, and it's moving a bit hard. Maybe the quarter turn at the top. No, quarter turn at the top was okay. Maybe here a quarter turn backwards, or an eighth of a turn backwards. Still not wiggling. And moving nicely. Yeah, the flex here, that's definitely in the whole assembly. Okay, let's fix that in exactly that position. One more test. Still moving. No wiggling. And I lied, that was not the last step. We have to still to put on again the lever. Wonderful. And that concludes our overhaul of the Proxxon BWB 2000 mill/drill stand. I can use it now. And yeah, that was exactly my intention. I wanted to use it, and I noticed I never ever touched it really since I bought it. You know, I'm lazy. Anyway, till next time, bye.